What's going on? I've got Debbie here with me. Say hi, Debbie. Debbie is one of Eric's salespeople. She sells houses for Alamo Home Source, and she is here to talk to us about the Facebook and how she's doing marketing on Facebook. Eric said she was the woman when it comes to this, and I got to talking to her, and I see why now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what she's doing on Facebook. So, Debbie, this is your Facebook. Okay, now this isn't your Facebook page. It's not like the ones that your friends and your grandma go to or anything like that. Right. So this is the one that we do just for the selling. So you set it up as a page, and how did you get, we were looking at your friends, and we actually have 2 mutual friends on this page, which is funny. But how did you pick up all of these people? Like, how, you said you have thousands of people on here. How did you pick them all up?
So actually what I do is I add groups to the Facebook. There's different topics on the different page. What else?
No, that's fine. You're fine. So the different groups. So when we go look at the groups, where do we find those? They were down here, right?
Yeah. Go on About.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So you click on the About page. We go down here to...
Oh, on the very bottom.
We like Tim McGraw. That's important.
Yeah, very.
Who doesn't? You can tell we're from Texas. Okay, so the groups. So San Antonio Kids Fashion. What does that have to do with anything? With?
Well, actually, that one I don't really use it, but.
Oh well, let's try another one. So also to point out, guys, we're in San Antonio, Texas. We're on the south side of San Antonio, so a lot of this is going to be in Spanish. This is very regional. South side of San Antonio has a lot of Spanish speakers. It's just the way it is. So a lot of these have in here. So this one right here, Pulga San Antonio no más, which I know means, Pulga means like a flea market.
Right.
And then the San Antonio, no more San Antonio flea markets. Is that what that means? Is that what we're talking about here?
Right, no más. It's just a topic that they use. But like I said, there are different topics that each person uses the group as. There's Pulga with San Antonio no más. There's also Craigslist in San Antonio only. So what happens is that there's different clients that you see here that...
So we go to this group. So let's say we're going to Craigslist. And we just ask to be a part of this group. We just hit join. Or are you already a part of the group?
Right.
Okay, so, oh yeah, because this is me. I'm in my page. So you're already a part of this group. And when you get your house, you just...
So you just add...
You just add it in there.
Right.
You say, hey guys, I got a house.
Well, no, actually you just join them as a group, so then they become your friends. So then after that, you can post to their page and see how many friends they have.
So there's 330 members.
Right. So that page only has 330 members. So each topic or each page has different friends.
Right.
So there's some of them that have like 30,000 friends.
Really?
Yes.
So, but you don't go to the Craigslist page and say, "Hey guys, I have a house. Here's what it looks like."
Yes.
You do that.
Yes.
So you do that on that page, and then you do it again for each page.
Right.
So this one's San Antonio City Online Flea Market. So again, we're trying to stay in our neck of the woods. So the Craigslist one's pretty simple, self-explanatory. Right. We have 2 different flea markets. We have the San Antonio one and the San Antonio no más. Again, that's kind of our clientele, right? They're the kind of people that do their shopping at flea markets. Auto commercial. So are you just looking for businesses and different groups that are around San Antonio that you see as you're driving around? Is that what it is? Is that how you... how did you pick these groups?
I mean, I just see what, the topic that they have, and I just post to their groups because they have a lot of friends, sometimes there are a lot of friends in common, but there's just different topics where you can, they're looking for a house. They can be looking for a house, they can be looking for a car.
This is awesome.
So,
how many houses did you sell last year just through Facebook?
I sold about 33 houses.
33 houses, and they were all Facebook.
Right, all Facebook.
And wow.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. And so you just, as soon as you get a house on, how many houses are you selling right now?
Right now I have about 20.
You got 20 houses that you're selling. So you just go one at a time, just kind of go through these lists.
Right.
Put all this stuff up, contact me, put your cell phone.
Right. You just, I tag them and then I give them all the information. I send them the pictures, the information about the house, the price, and then they contact me right away. I get a lot of response.
Awesome. That is awesome. Well, guys, that's one way to do it. So I'm going to have to make a page, and this ought to be fun. And luckily I have the resource here, and you will too. Hey, Stop Flippers, we're back up here at Yolanda. I am pumped because I keep getting to show this house. A lot of people have been calling me about that from the sign in the yard, and I just showed it again to another lovely couple. These guys were probably in their 40s, mid 40s. They had never bought a house before ever. They don't have any credit. They said that they've always paid cash. They don't have any credit. So the banks aren't really listening to them. So that's one of the beauties of owner financing. We are helping our community, helping people that normally couldn't get a loan get into the house. Now, I want to show you a little bit about the house. What's going on right now. This is kind of the creepy part because it looks like something out of Dexter. We've got a lot of this up because we are finally getting to work in the kitchen. We're getting all of this up here floated, taped, and texturized so we can get to painting. And it should be done here really quick. I think the only thing we have after we finish the kitchen is we're going to start sanding the floors, making sure that's taken care of, get some new tile here in the kitchen. But I do want to point something out. One of the beauties again of owner financing is we don't have to try and guess what the people are going to like. We don't have to go over the top when it comes to rehabbing this house. So we don't have to pick out a granite that matches the tile that matches this, because I quite frankly am horrible at figuring that kind of stuff out. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to clean up what's already here, make sure it's safe and functional. That's the big game. So we're actually not going to be changing any of this tile. I know it's teal, which is a little bit old school, but it's a subway tile that looks really great. So we're going to clean up these windows. We're going to take the razor blades, cut them all out, make sure they're super clean. We're going to go through these cabinets. We're going to make sure they are sanded and painted and working correctly. But we don't have to guess what they're going to like or this is beautiful, because when you go to do those kind of flips, that's where you get in trouble, where you could spend a ton of money and nobody likes it, especially if you're challenged in that department as I am. So that is something you will only learn at stopflipping.com. I can't wait to see what they're done with this. It's going to be amazing. I'll see y'all again soon. This is crazy. I literally was locking the house after showing the couple, shooting the video that you just saw. I'm walking outside, there's a black truck out here, somebody's writing down the number on the sign, and I just waved them in. I'm like, come on in. And they came in. Now the bad news was they didn't speak English real well, and I didn't speak Spanish real well. Had a little communication issue, but they really liked the house. They were a young couple. I'm gonna go at 25, maybe 30, 3 kids, and this is their first house. They're looking at getting their first house. They currently live right around the corner. So sometimes just being here really pays off. I'm telling you, this house is hot. I'm gonna sell it in no time. Eric's gonna be like, I can't believe you're so good, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna be amazing. I'm pumped. I'll talk to y'all again. Hey, Stop Flippers, we're back at Yolanda, checking out the progress, seeing what's going on. Hopefully you noticed the first thing that we're looking at. That's right, we got a ceiling fan in the middle of the living room. It needed it. There was nothing in here, and we just needed a little light. We needed some fan, some movement air, so it works out great. What we've got going on here, as you can tell, we are just now finishing up all the last work, caulking all the seams. We're gonna be doing a little bit of finish painting everywhere we had to retexture. So these rooms are pretty much done. The last thing that we haven't done in here is we've got to refinish the floors. The floors have, we've been holding off on the floors because you don't want to sand, do all this stuff, and then keep dragging your equipment in and out and tearing them all back up. A couple things. We're real big on making sure our houses are safe, making sure that they look good. And the big thing with safety is we did add in the carbon monoxide detectors. We are adding in smoke detectors in all the rooms, so that way we do have a safe house. We have families that we work with, and we want to make sure these families are taken care of. So we're moving and shaking slow. We're just doing a lot of finished work. The electrician got all the light fixtures up, like here in the bathroom. We got the new fancy light fixtures. We're getting some of the hardware put in. It's starting to look really nice, but we just got a little bit more finished work. And again, in the kitchen, we just got to finish in here too. The floors, we're going to probably put in a vinyl flooring in here because this wood's probably beyond saving. And then we just got to finish up the cabinets. Sanding, painting shouldn't take long at all. We're getting close. And on the selling front, I've gotten a lot of people calling me. We've probably gotten about 6 applications put in. So far, we have not approved anybody, and we haven't gotten any money down. Just as a reminder, we typically ask for $10,000 down. This house we've decided we're going to sell for $99,900, and we typically ask for $10,000 down regardless on the house price. So that's right about 10%. So as we go through this process, we're looking for people with that kind of money that can bring the money down, because we want to make sure that they are serious about buying the house, that this isn't going to be some deal where they come in real quick you know, live here for a few months, tear it up, and then take off. We don't rent. That's the game. We don't rent. We don't flip. This is going to be something where they're going to create the owner finance note, and that's why we're looking for people with very specific qualifications. Hey, stop flippers, we're back at Yolanda and we are almost done. We've got a couple people that have been interested and done a couple of applications for the property. We don't have it sold yet, but I wanted to show you what an almost finished house looks like. Remember, we are not flipping. We are doing owner financing, so we don't have to guess with what is the prettiest, best, most amazing way to do this. All we have to do is make sure it's safe and livable for our guests, for our owners. So, first thing I want to point out is the floors. This is something that we've been working on the entire time, and I kept showing you the floors as we went throughout. One of the last steps. We want to make sure the guys are done dragging heavy things through, but as you can see, it looks amazing. All it took was a little bit of sanding, polyurethane over the top, and I think it cost right about $1,500 to get the whole house done. Is that right, Eric? 1,500? Yeah, $1,500 to get the entire house done. So, and it looks fantastic. You would think these are brand new floors. If you look up above your head, we do have a brand new ceiling fan installed. There was nothing here, but this is now the new living room, so we needed to get the ceiling fan installed. Of course, we got our smoke detectors. The next thing I want to point out is the kitchen. The kitchen's always something that really will sell a house, but you have to be careful not to overdo it. What we've decided in here was not to replace the tile on the counter because the tile may not be the prettiest tile in the world, but it is in good shape. Just needs a little bit of cleaning to be great. And again, we talked about the cabinets. What we've done is refinish the cabinets. Got them painted inside and out. They're hung well and they're very sturdy, strong cabinets. So there's no sense in ripping them all out just to get something nice. Again, it's a guessing game if you try and flip that. Your new owner may not like it. You may have spent a lot of money to get something put in that they don't care about. Also the floor. The floor in here was horrible beforehand, if you remember. What this actually is something new that I just learned about, is they have something called sticky tile. Again, it's not the vinyl flooring. It is made out of vinyl, but it's a real simple way. It's not ceramic. You just pull this off and it sticks down onto the floor and holds in place. It's a great, cost-effective, and I think it looks beautiful. I mean, it almost looks like a stone floor. It looks great. All right, next up is the bathroom. The bathroom's just about done. We finally got the toilet installed and the vent fan. You can't even tell there used to be a window there. This looks fantastic. This is the 3-piece shower surround and very cost effective, very easy to install, looks great. I don't think that cost but a couple $100 to get that put in. And again, that bathroom is why we don't flip. Okay, you can spend a lot of money in bathrooms trying to make it perfect. We just want to make sure it's livable and safe. This is one of the bedrooms in here. Oh, and what I want to show you is the repaired floor that we tore up fixing the drainage. These guys did a fantastic job. You cannot even tell that half of this floor was ripped up. And again, we made it safe and livable for our new people. The drain works perfectly, you can't even tell, and the floors still look amazing.
Talk about like the next step. The next step is to show this guy painting, and the next step is that we're going to do some touch-ups, some trim, some paint, etc., etc. And then we're going to have our cleaning crew in here.
The last part of this is just making sure the touch-up work is done. As you can see, we've got the guy here painting. He's going to be just cleaning up the lines, making sure all the frames and everything around them look great. And then tomorrow we should be finished, and we're going to have a cleaning crew come in and just clean the house top to bottom. We might do a little bit of staging, we might not. After talking to Eric a little bit, he said, hey, let's not worry about staging because there's been a lot of interest in the house already. So let's just kind of naturally see what happens. We may or may not end up bringing in some things to make it look a little bit nicer, but as of right now, what you see is what you get. We did add a lovely Texas star. In case you didn't know, we are from Texas, and you're welcome.
You see my pigeon problem?
We have some uninvited guests, Colin. Someone's trying to get the house for free. So yeah, we've got a little pigeon infestation here.
Of 2 pigeons?
2 pigeons.
I don't think that's an infestation, but we will go through foreclosure proceedings with them here in a moment. Another thing I want to show you is I want to show you the finished laundry room that we've done here. Remember, we had to put in a fake wall, and I'm pretty sure you did not even notice as we walked through the kitchen where that wall would be. And as you can see in here, we've run the drain line, and we've run the hot water and cold water. Now, we did not make this super fancy. It is simply a laundry room. If they decide they want to come in and finish it out, great. But what we've done is made the kitchen more livable without adding all the heat from the hot water heater and from the washer and dryer. So again, we don't want to go over the top, just get it right.